back with us this morning wearing his Tennessee Vols orange, the baseball team, off to one heck of a start. Congressman, great to see you. Take it you're at home this morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on, brother.
Good to have you back. Just want to get your reaction to that. So let's see, we are about, let's say, 200 plus days away from the start of 2023, 7 months from now. So if the war is still going on, we'd be well into the 300th day of this war when this actual ban on Russian oil, which is not a full ban, and it's not a ban on the most important NATO countries, would go into effect. What do you make of this?
I make of it just about what I did with the when we banned the Russian banks and all that. It really didn't do a whole lot. It was political maneuvering. We didn't hit them where it really hurt. We basically just showed our weak underbelly by allowing us to cancel our contracts in our own country, weakening us, and then further strengthening Russia. I just don't. This leadership, if they're intentionally doing this, they couldn't be doing us much more harm, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree. You tweeted out intentionally shutting down our gas supplies and then faking concern is not going to fool voters, and you tagged the President of the United States there. Do you believe that? There are rumors that we could see a ruling as early as today, possibly this week when it comes to Roe v. Wade. Do you think that will take voters' attention off what they just dealt with Memorial Day weekend? The national average for a gallon of gas, now the highest once again that it's ever been, $4.62 a gallon.
I don't think anything happens by accident in Washington. I think everything is planned out and perpetrated on the American voters, and that's clearly what's going on right now. They need a diversion. The Democrats need something that will put them in a positive light, and currently the price of fuel is not doing that. And so with Roe v. Wade coming out, I think it's going to drive more conservatives to the polls. I think folks are tired of babies being murdered.
Yeah,
and really unborn babies. And I honestly do. I just don't see, you've got a party that wants abortion up to the point of birth and then some. And they fought our efforts even to fight that when a baby is born alive during an abortion. Yet the Democrats blocked that legislation. They said, well, it never happens. I said, well, then, dadgummit, why don't you let us pass the legislation?
Yeah, only 12. Most recent polling, only 12% of the American people favor abortion that late into a pregnancy. Apparently, the left doesn't care about that. But this weekend, we saw, and this surprised me, according to AAA this morning, almost 40 million Americans traveled at least 50 miles away from their homes over the Memorial Day weekend. That's up almost 10% from a year ago. With gas prices where they are, airline prices are way up. What does that tell you about where the American people are right now psychologically?
Well, I think they're ticked off. You saw hundreds of flights that were canceled out of LaGuardia and other major hubs. Out of Knoxville, they're still flying pretty regular, so we're pretty glad about that. But I think the American public's just going to be ticked off. The travel, if you look out now, the prices they're paying for a pound of bacon when they're at the store, or a gallon of gas, it's just ridiculous. And this administration is just doing gimmickry. They released a little bit of reserves, which we know would have maybe a one-day effect, and the market didn't even blip. So again, the president said it during his debate when he was trying to run to the left of Bernie Sanders. He said, we're going to raise these prices to $7 a gallon. We're going to drive people to drive these electric vehicles. The problem is our grid won't support it. You have 4 or 5% of the people driving electric vehicles. They're going to all come home at 6 o'clock and plug their cars in, and our electric grid will not support that at all. And you're seeing even the small amount in Southern California, 3% or something, and they're having rolling blackouts. So I think it's going to be a rough summer for the American public until we get some real leadership in Washington.
What are prices at, Congressman, in Tennessee where you are right now?
Around $5.40. Something, I believe. I don't know. I don't even look at it. I used to try to make conversations at the pumps, and now people just yell at me and say they're mad at the president.
Yeah,
I
use that squeegee thing on my windshield now. I'm just frustrated now. I take it out on that squeegee. I only put in a half tank, and I got to drive in and out of Manhattan every single day, but I just can't do it. I'd rather go to the gas station twice than fill it all the way up, because I just can't. That number is it's shocking. So Joe Biden today is going to meet with the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, to try and tackle inflation and gas prices. Do you expect anything positive to come out of this?
I really don't. You heard this Fed head of the Fed make some statements that it was just kind of a guessing game or something to him, and That's not the kind of thing the American public demands or deserves. Under Trump, you had positive economic leadership, and you saw us job hirings. You saw wages increase, and you saw the economy just growing at leaps and bounds. And now it's just stumbling all over itself. And this weak character that we have in here now is just in the Fed. It's just ridiculous, and we're in some real trouble, I'm afraid.
Yeah, interest rates are high, and there seems to be no solutions. This whole plan to wean us off fossil fuels with no alternative in place just makes no sense to me. And this is what John Kerry wanted to do in 2004. Thankfully, George W. Bush beat him. But I mean, it's unbelievable where we are right now. I know the national average is 462, but I want to know where. I don't see that gas price anywhere. It's right around 540 or more for most people in this country right now. It's unbelievable. Congressman, good to see you as always. Go Vols, I guess. This is a big one.
It's a big one. We're gonna take it all this year. I'm really fired up. Thank you. And I'm, of course, being the third string first baseman on the Republican congressional baseball team, I speak with full authority on that issue.
Are you third string? I thought you were second.
No, well, I was actually fourth, and then somebody went to the outfield.
That's
I moved up to third.
That's right. I knew that. All right.
The coach says I'm eye candy, so I got that going for me. He said we only got one, July 22nd at Nat Stadium. You ought to be. I'll get you a ticket. Holler at me.
Wait, it's up here in New York?
No, at Nat Stadium.
Oh, Nat Stadium. This is Met Stadium. All right. Well, maybe, possibly.
Sorry, man.
I know it. All right, Congressman. Good to see you. We'll do it again soon. Thank you.